First melt all the butter. Then dump in the meat. Spread it around. You can see it's all individual because I separated the pieces before I sliced them up. That's what you want. Keep it in the butter so that it gets crispy together evenly, and the crispiness will be up to you. Depends on your how crispy you want it, right? It's already actually cooked in the package, so, or at least dried out, so you don't really have to crisp it at all. I like to give it a little bit of time in the butter, maybe a couple minutes at least. Separate it so they all get it the same treatment evenly. You want to put this in there, stir it as you put it in. You can reduce the heat because we're no longer trying to cook the meat any, just mixing it with the butter. Ends up like this. It's all mixed up good. We'll dump the milk in. Two and a half cups. This is a 2 cup, but up to the P is 2.5. I already know this. You can mix it up good so there's nothing sticking together. Once you got it all separated, none's stuck on the sides, you can turn the heat back up. You can pretty much turn as high as you want, as long as you're going to stay here and stir it. But once it starts bubbling, you need to reduce it and then just stir it. Best bet is to stir it throughout the whole process. That way nothing sticks to the bottom or gets burned or clumpy. I like to use these because they're not really damaging the meat. Just separating as you go. See, it's warming up. As it warms up, it will get thicker. And eventually will be a thick, creamy sauce with bubbles coming through it. You need to make sure that you're stirring when that happens so it doesn't stick to the bottom or stick to each other. Okay, this is what I was talking about. I stepped away for just a minute and it started bubbling. So once it starts doing that, you know you gotta stay close by. Not a tragedy unless it keeps on bubbling and you're not around. That's not good. Yeah, it's go crazy, but just keep it moving. You can see as soon as you stop moving, it'll start warning you. Okay, at this point, while you're stirring it, You could start putting some pepper or some salt in there. I usually put, I don't know, maybe 8, anywhere between 8 and 16 twists of pepper in there. But I mean, it's all depends on your preference. If you like pepper, you don't like pepper, don't use pepper. But I mean, basically, it's already at the point where you could eat it and it tastes delicious. But I like to add some pepper, and some people like to add some salt. I don't usually add salt until after I add the pepper and I'm ready to be finished with it, and then see how it tastes. It might already be salty enough, but again, that all depends on your preference. Okay, you can see I put in the pepper, sprinkled it all around evenly across the top. Came up with about 16, 17 twists. Of course, that's relative to what kind of grinder you got, I guess. We like to use the pepper grinder, this one here. But, you know, whatever you have, you can see how much comes out. Mix it all different ways so you get it nice and even. I'm almost to the point where I'm going to move it to another pot, so it's more manageable and servable. Okay, now effectively moved it all into a smaller pot. We have this nifty little thing here. It's not heat proof, but it momentarily, you can make sure you get every ounce of that goodness into the new pot, right? So that'll be good to go. I tasted it before I put it out. Important that you use a spoon just once. Don't double dip, right? And just get some. Just the way I want it, right? So you don't ever want to put that spoon back in there, because other people are going to be eating this. So, nice. Okay. So now we just keep the heat low, stir it occasionally, and see who wants some.